Hi, I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and I am totally obsessed with these vintage hot iron transfers. I have been accumulating and collecting them for a few years now, and using some of my favorites to stitch blocks for a vintage-inspired quilt that I'm working on. I have them from estate sales, from my great-grandmother's stash, from Walmart, because you can still go down and buy these Aunt Martha's transfers at Walmart. And many of them are so old that they're public domain and you can find scanned versions online without stepping on any copyright toes. So it has occurred to me that I am never, if I live to be 108, going to have the time to stitch every neat image I want to stitch. So earlier this week, I got some Shrinky-Dink transfer plastic and my Sharpies, and I used these fun vintage hot iron transfers to make needle minders. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make some for yourself. From my local craft store, I bought the Shrinky-Dink's Frosted Rough and Ready Creative Pack. It comes in a couple of different versions. This is from Hobby Lobby. Joann's had some that was not Shrinky-Dink's. I had seen single sheets at the dollar store, but honestly, I only found those once, and if you are using a coupon at your craft store, it's a lot less expensive to buy it this way if you plan on making a lot. I had the multi-pack of Sharpies from a previous project, and it always works to use what you already have. I'm also a big fan of that. So you are going to draw on the rougher side of the paper. I try to get it as close to the corner as I can, so I'm conserving my resources. The more projects I can get out of the supplies that I have, the better. And I use my Sharpies. And because I am lucky enough to be left-handed, I have to watch very carefully that I don't get my hand in my lines and smear them. These colors do not look dark as you're drawing, but they will darken up when the plastic shrinks. There's just a little bit of trial and error here. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for the YouTubers who can draw, especially the ones who are drawing original creations while they are recording audio. I am actually doing this little teapot for the second time because the first time I did him I had a mishap, which I will show you when it is time to talk about putting the magnets on. I always like it when others can learn from my mistakes, and maybe I can save them from doing what I did wrong. So now that I have traced my little guy, I'm going to take craft scissors, not your good fabric scissors, and cut around the edges. You want to cut smoothly because once this is shrunk, the plastic will thicken up, and whatever mistakes you have made will be immortalized. The pieces bake for just a minute or two in a 365-degree oven or toaster oven, and as you can see, they tend to they'll curl and then they'll flatten back out, and I'm going to have to put the camera down to try to rescue my little duck. My little coffee pot did turn out exactly the way he was supposed to. Let's hope I can save the duck. Once they are shrunk, I kind of learned the hard way when I used my E6000 glue, it will make this kind of frosted plastic transparent, and you can really see that magnet through there. So what I did on my next attempt, I took white acrylic paint and painted the back and then layered it with Mod Podge. You can't see that magnet through there at all. It loses some of the translucent look, but I think it's a fair trade-off to get a magnet that does not show. So you can see there's a big difference between those two. As you can see, my little duck didn't flatten out quite as much as I'd hoped he would, but that's probably because I turned my back on the project for hair too long. And the materials are cheap, and they don't take very long, so I can always try it again. One thing to note, because you are drawing on the rough side and putting the shiny side up on your finished project, you will have a mirror image. So if you're going to use words, you'll want to print it backwards so that they face the right direction when you are using your finished piece. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun and that I maybe inspired you a little bit in how to make your own needle minders with Shrinky Dinks and how to use some of these really neat old vintage embroidery projects. Let me know, do you use shrink plastic? What do you use it for? And do you make your own needle minders? I look forward to hearing from you. Once again, I'm Michelle with Michelle's Romantic Tangle. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with you soon.